We don't do too not my part. That's what I do. We do Class A, Class B misdemeanors. It's like your DWIs, your assault weapon violence. Those are the kinds of cases we take in.
By the way, I was wrong. It was Thursday.
Dinner's in the kitchen, back on like that. I waited for a long time, and the sound happened now. Couldn't get the pull the trigger, mixing with my cigarette. See your hair is on fire, why
Everybody, to CASA Engineering, me CASA, Sue CASA. My name is David Day, a professional engineer, and along with JV Garcia here, we own and operate CASA Engineering. I live right down the street, and JV lives over there in Wildwood. And if you look on this garage door here, very faint line, 6 inches up the door, is a flood line. It's still there. I ought to get it painted on and preserve it before it ever goes. That's from 2 years ago. That's how close this building went to getting underwater. It came a quarter of an inch from getting over the door threshold and into the building. So it's been JV's passion for his lifetime, being born and raised in San Benito, the flood, which always floods. And there's a reason for flooding, and it's what was agricultural land becomes urban area. Runoff increases. If you don't have the infrastructure to handle that runoff, then it just starts backing up. The more the development happens unchecked, the more the flooding is going to occur. I lived in a house that was built in the 50s on Stewart Place Road. It survived the Hurricane Beulah. It survived Hurricane Dolly. It survived the 1994 19-inch rain. It survived the 2018 16-inch rain. But as that area down the street developed, the 2019 rain of the same quantity, we have a 6-inch line on that door to prove it. Well, I had to park on the other side of this golf course and walk across the street to get into my office. And I heard a sound outside. I thought it was a helicopter. And I go outside, and it's a power boat running up and down Stewart Place Road, taking people out of Palm Valley because the whole area flooded. So flooding is real. It's hit here. I had a brother in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, which is where I'm from. House had been there for 50 years. They got one of those 40-inch rains, and because of the same urban development, they flooded. So I went over there and helped out, and that's when JV said, we all have to help out. We got to get this going. We pro bono did a job for the city of San Benito to improve their drainage systems, or to let them know where all the problem areas were. And then I've been fighting with Texas Department of Insurance since 2013. Actually wrote a book about it, and that's when I got approached by this young man who wanted to learn about TDI. And I said, you don't know what you're getting into, but he was willing to come work with me to take him on, and we actually, both of us went to Austin and testified against Texas Department of Insurance, and we got the law changed. So, you know, if you let your voice be heard, you can make a difference. So we've got the law changed. I wrote a book, we got the law changed. JB is trying to make a difference. He didn't get in this to be a politician, to you know, to rise up the ladder and to, you know, get the fame and fortune. He got into it because he saw an incident that he knows about, that he's trained in, he knows how to fix. And he can best do it by becoming a commissioner and helping the whole county. And where it goes from there, who knows? But I'm fully 100% support. We need this. We got to get it going. We already have, he has his trail of floods going. And all of you here can help spread the word, get this thing going. And enough of us let our voices be heard, because it's been paid lip service for the last 30 years. And they always blame act of God. I'm a structural forensic engineer. So I get to determine after a hurricane or whatever whose fault it was. Was it an act of God, or was it deferred maintenance? And so in this case, we can be proactive. We can stop this. Harlingen had a 5-year drainage. You know, you had to design for 5 years. That's a half-inch rain. That's nothing. For wind, we have to have a 100-year storm, which is 130 miles per hour. Last one it hit was Bulin in 1967. But we've been having 500-year floods. What, we've had 6 now since 1967? So that's not 500 years. And so it's not a 500-year event anymore. It's a every 3 or 4 year event. And with each one, as we have unchecked development, it's just going to get worse. And that 6-inch water line on that door next time may be into my entire building. And so with that being said, I want to bring JV up in here so he can give a little talk and he can introduce all of you up in here. And we can get this going, and all of you can help get the vote out. Let's all do our part.
Thank you, David. Well, first of all, I want to thank David Day. He is, of all the engineers in my career that I've met, you know, my short career, 15 years, David Day is my favorite engineer. We always joke here at the office that we need to put a USB in his brain and just save everything. So, but thank you all for coming. My name is JV Garcia. I'm running for Cameron County Commissioner for Precinct 4. Precinct 4 is an area that consists of, it's basically 25% of the population of Cameron County. It consists of the north and west part of Harlingen, Palm Valley, and then kind of going from the north down to the east, to the west and south. You got Combs, Primera, Santa Rosa, La Feria, Santa Maria, Los Indios, El Ranchito, La Paloma, all of Rangerville. Oh, and did I say Palm Valley? Yes, okay. So it's quite a few cities and communities, all of them with unchecked developments, like David was saying. And I know this because we do designs across the valley. We do designs across Texas. We're licensed in 6 states across the United States of America, mainly along the coastal counties, the coastal United States. But so we know a little bit about what we're saying here, and we're just trying to use the knowledge that we've been trained to help bring attention and solutions to this flood crisis is what I call it. But it's not just the flooding, it's roads. The reason why our roads are deteriorating is because, you guessed it, right? Drainage, poor drainage and flooding. So, yes, I'm tired. I'm very tired of constantly flooding every year, just like you all are. And the reason why I decided to run for this position was because there was of course the 2019 flood, but the people, and hearing the stories, and I've heard more stories tonight about areas that I did not know. But there are some families in Santa Rosa and La Torre area that are in the Teocano Lake area that is very dear to my heart, because those people flood 3 to 5 times a year. Some of these people don't have sheetrocks in their homes. Imagine living with partial walls in your homes all year long, and that's just the way you live. That's what is defined as an injustice. And it takes people to speak about it, using our First Amendment rights to speak about all of these injustices, right? So we've had the civil rights movements, we've had the women's rights movements, we've had the voting rights movements, all these movements. Well, now we have a flood movement. And yes, people like to criticize me because that's all I talk about. Trust me, I'm the first person that wants to stop talking about flooding. I am the main person that wants to talk, because then that means that our problem is solved. So, in my Facebook posts, one of the things I like to write about is First Amendment right, because it's very crucial that we all use our voice. You can each make a difference, each and every single one of you. And I know this because I was there once, for the first time, trembling a little bit, getting up on that mic and talking to, the mayor, talking to the city commissioners. Well, guess what? They're just people like us. And we can each make a difference. And every single day I'm meeting different people who want to go up and speak. And I encourage every single one of you to use that First Amendment right, because that is what's going to make sure that we, like Honest Abe said, right, hold our government to what it was meant to be. It's of the people, by the people, and for the people. So with that, I also want to give a big shout out to my team, because another hashtag I like to use on my Facebook is #teamwork. I have my associate here, Francisco Medrano. He's from San Perlita, and he likes to do what he can. It's a small town, that needs a lot of help as well, and he likes to do what he can, giving backpacks. So we're always helping communities here and there, and that's something else that me and David have in common, is we're always trying to just help people. And it's something that I grew up with, my parents teaching me and going to St. Teresa, and just my upbringing is helping others, helping communities, community service. And that's what this all is about, community service and serving others. But teamwork. There's people all around here wearing JV shirts and JV masks. Each and every single one of these people have done something that has been instrumental in getting us where we are today. Just moving a table, just knocking on a door, making a phone call, a small donation, there's that story where that lady, gives that $1, but that's her life savings. Those are the type of people that are making a difference in our community. And using your voice, lending a hand. By the way, I have a table over here. If anybody wants to volunteer, help me knock on doors, get the word out, take some signs. Please get with one of my teammates to see what you can do. So, with that being said, I want to jam out a little bit here with Rob and Mob here. So, I want to hear some music. I want to continue hearing some songs. But thank you guys for coming out and providing some awesome music, some awesome jams, some New Young, some Pearl Jam. So just kind of mixing it up a bit here. I do want to give a shout out to some elected officials that are here. One of my great friends that I've met through the advocacy of just trying to help people during these flooding events, Mr. Eddie Solis. I'd like to give a round out to him because he is the type of elected official that America needs, not just Cameron County, but America, because he is there not only all the time, asking people what they need, how they can help, and I don't know how his wife deals with it, but I think because he's always helping everyone else, you know, so, and that's kind of comes with being a public servant, and I look up to people like Eddie and people like David. And of course, I would like to give a shout out to, there's some other people who are running for office. If you're running for office, or you're another elected official that I have not mentioned, or a past elected official, real quick before, I want to give a shout out to a past elected official that's also been helping me out, and his name is TV Valencia. Is he still here? Mr. TV, if we can get him on camera. He's a former county commissioner who held this position that I'm running for, and he has been very instrumental in educating me on what it takes to hold this post. So thank you, TV, also for being a part of the team. If you can raise your hands, that way I make sure I get everybody. We got former Commissioner Mr. Robert Leftwich here, who constantly uses his first amendment right, and we appreciate you, and he's teaching us a lot as well on the laws and the ins and outs. Raise your hand. Keep raising your hand. Miss Perla Diaz, she's running for county clerk. So thank you for being here. We got Mr. Ron Rivera, the current Santa Maria school board member. So thank you for being here. And forever hold peace. Is there anyone else? Okay. So I also like to give a shout out to one of my good friends and mentors as well, just like David. A lot of what I've learned in my career comes from Brownsville PUB, working under this gentleman over here. His name is Margarito Maldonado. And he's just been a great mentor, a great friend. He's helping us out here at CASA. He's retired now, so we've become great friends, and I still lean on all of my resources. And when we think about resources and tools, I think of human beings and our brains also as resources. And all of the resources that I've gathered over my years and the connections that I've made, I never hesitate to call and ask for help. Because why am I going to look in a book or something when I can say, hey, you know this, you've done this, you've been there. How do you solve this problem? And there's no problem with asking for help. And that's one thing that I'm gonna do as county commissioners. I'm gonna be talking to other city commissioners, other county commissioners, and how have you done this before? And what have you done, and how can we expedite this? So with that being said, do you want to say something, Dave?
Yes, before you leave, we have plenty of food, plenty of drink. If you don't take it, then my employees will, and they're not going to show up tomorrow. So help yourself. I don't want to see anything here when it's done. So make sure we consume it all. Y'all enjoy yourself. The bathrooms are inside down the hall, so if anybody needs one, head on over there.
Here, why don't you announce this prize?
Oh, we got the first prize here.
Second prize.
Second prize. I didn't get the first. All right, this is ticket number 690916. Last three numbers 916. Or do I have this backwards? Oh, no, I had it upside down. 916069. 069. You get 9s and 6s and 0s, it's all the same.
Say the name. Say the name.
Oh, it's got a name?
There's a name on the back.
Oh, Cynthia Wilson.
Cynthia Wilson.
Must be present to win.
Okay, another ticket.
Another name.
Give me another ticket. I guess I get it. Okay. Well, I'll just call the name out. You didn't tell me it had a name on it. Ashley R.
Oh my God.
There you go.
And two more things. I forgot the most instrumental people in my life, my family. My parents are here. My parents, if you can raise your hand. JT and Andy Garcia, Chewy and Nora Belina Garcia. My biggest advocates, my biggest fans, and thank you, Mom and Dad, for all the sacrifices you made for me and my brothers, for everything you've done for us. But also, my wife, Jessica, and my children, Jillian and Jolie, are here. So, thank you all for having to endure all of this in the sake of public service for the community. So, it's a sacrifice, and thank you all. And one more thing, I'm sorry. So voting is Early voting is just a few weeks around the corner. February 14th through the 20th, February 22nd through the 25th. That's early voting. Please go out and early vote, because that's the time where you can vote wherever you're at in Cameron County, wherever you work. There's a place for you to go and vote. And you can get the Democratic ballot there to vote, whether you're in Brownsville, Harlingen, South Padre Island. Okay, so go early vote from February 14th through the 20th, February 22nd to the 25th. And of course, the primary election date is March 1st. So thank you very much. Vote J.V. Garcia, the civil engineer for Cameron County Commissioner, Precinct 4, baby.